Hello and welcome to today's episode of Food Chain. Today I'm bringing it to you all the way from Switzerland, and we're talking about dairy production because Swiss people are most popular for their dairy products. So come with me as we begin from the Alpines and then move to Gruyere. When the Beatles sang Till There Was You, I believe the lyric line, "There were bells on a hill," was inspired by a visit to the Alpines in Switzerland. The bells you heard are those of ones around the neck of cattle, reared by twin brothers, Jörg and Hans-Peter Isley, in the Alpines. The brothers ran a farm and a small-scale cheese-making factory in Berner Oberland, a place 1,750 meters above sea level.
The farm here is in the valley. We have three stations. In the valley is 620 meters. There we have quite 20 hectares. Then in the middle is 900 meter. We have there 22 hectares. And then we go to the mountains here in the summer with 42 cows. And all the little cows we have for just 1 year 25 and just 2 years 25, that's good, 50. Then they stay all here on the mountain. On the mountain here is 150 hectares too. And we sind two farmers. One is of the opposite. He makes the same, and we make this side, and together upstairs start. We have 40 little cows to stay all the summer of this.
Sorry, by little cows, do you mean small cows or do you mean heifers? Cows and heifers.
This is Holstein, red Holstein, and more some Holstein, and then Swiss flag fee. I don't know you know that is a cross with Simmental and red Holstein, and this gives the Swiss flag fee. This is in the middle, and this is a race from the Switzerland now. In the Switzerland you go to the Alps and they give some money from the state, and this is one cow 100 days on the mountains is one cow 100 days give 600 franc.
And what's the win for the government there? Is it the grazing or is it the tourism?
The weeds are taking place very quickly, and the grass is gone. If you don't stay on these alpine pastures every year.
When the cows are here, they only eat grass, or do they get extra food, extra supplements?
Only grass and some hay.
So what is the stocking rate? How many cows do you keep on how many hectares?
Here we have 130
Hectares?
No, 150 hectares, and we can come with 130 cows.
Okay,
here.
1 cow, 1 hectare.
For 100 days. But the grass is very good here.
The manure, yeah.
Manure, yeah. We go on the play, and then the grass will come better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's fertig with Wachstum.
There's no growth anymore.
No growth.
We have a very bad year. We have had a lot of snow up, and very low temperature, but enough rain. But the grass didn't grow because it was too cold, and so it's unusually early. They have to go down with the cows next week. Huh?
Next week, yeah, we go
down. Normally they go down in September, but it's lacking just the grass.
Yeah, only with the cows, milk cows. The rest stay here just in the middle of the September.
Hans-Peter explains the cheese making process.
40 to 6 he starts his morning here in the cheese factory. Until midday, he stays here. So this means 6 hours working time, producing all the cheese. Normally, 3 people are working here. So this is now the 3rd time he is taking all those, turning them, putting them again. All 3 hours. These 3 hours, today, the first day, they need to turn them. And from there, they are selling the cheese to different sales points in the region.
The region of Gruyere in Switzerland has been known for its cheese production since the 12th century. However, there was no trade protection until the company Le Gruyere AOP was granted a controlled designation of origin at the national level in 2001. Le Gruyere AOP produces cheese with the same traditional recipe from the Gruyere region since 1115.
Gruyere, we, by the other profession, we control the quality, we control the traceability of the Gruyere, and we control how many volume we are producing during the year, and also what is important, the promotion of the product all around the world. And at least we try to make a protection for the name Gruyere all around the world. We are making the cheese with raw milk. We do the hard cheese. We produce about 20 wheels a day, and 1 wheel is about 35 kilos.
Okay. You talked about labor reduction. So I want to find out how many people do you employ here, and can you talk about, the labor drain from 2000 to 2003?
What is important to know, we have 150 cheese dairy, and in each cheese dairy you have about 5 or 10% we are making the cheese there. And behind these cheese dairy you have milk producer, and the milk producer we are giving the milk in a cheese dairy. There are about 10 to 30 milk producers we are giving the milk.
Meanwhile, a 3rd generational dairy farmer, William Machere, believes that mechanizing the milk extraction process will expedite the cheese making process and reduce the workload. However, others believe that would alter the traditional recipe.
As a little farm in Switzerland, in Canton Fribourg, there is 22 cows with an average of 6,000 kilo milk per cow. We are in a dry alimentation with a lot of grass, fresh grass and pasture. The good season, and the winter they have hay and we have old buildings. We milk 2 times per day. We have it's really an old installation. The style was built in 1968, and a little renovation in the 80s and 90s. But there is very old. There's a lot of manual works.
You consider the future of Gruyere cheese production?
I decided lately to take back the farm, so it was not the question I had. My father always wanted to do new buildings, but the problem is in Switzerland to do investigation is really hard, because there is really expensive, and you need to have a scale economy to produce more or things like that. But we are too small with our farm, and that's maybe not a good idea to build the new buildings. We're perfect with all the welfare that need in Switzerland. That was a little the discussion that we have. So the project is that we stay like that, and we show in the future if we can go bigger, or if we swap the production of the farm, or we are waiting the economic, the politics and the politics of Gruyere to choose what we will do.
So what kind of decisions do you need to take into account during the next? You said maybe 2 years you have to make this decision.
Yeah.
So are you planning to double the production, or if you decide to go in that direction?
If you decide to do an investment, I think I need to double the production. So with 40 cows, with a bigger average of milk per cows, because the buildings can help me to do that. But it's really hard to find the possibility of that, and I need to have all new land, because if I have more cows, I need to have more land. That's a specificity of Swiss agriculture. We can't have just a farm with cows. You need to have the area with that to pasture and give fresh grass for.
Yeah.
Or the second possibility is to stop the dairy activities in the farm.
Yeah, and but still continue with beef or something.
Yeah, to go to meat or culture, but in mountain it's not the best idea to do culture. But that's the cheapest investment that we can do. It's just to give the work to an entrepreneur, and we are doing the little works. The robots, it's not. It's always work. So you need to be here. You need to stay with your cows, but it offers you a lot of flexibilities. So if you do hay or things like that, you don't need to stop at 4 p.m. to go to milk. The weekend you can wake up a little bit later for the social activities. So if I want to have an employee in my farm, it's impossible. No one wants to come to work like my father work or me. So the robots give you other opportunities for the people. There is another work, another way to work, and it could give us both the flexibility of the workers. Yeah, I think. And for the young, the flexibility to have activities at the end of the day. We want to go out to do sport or things like that. The robots give you more as the other systems.
So how do you consider the view from the Gruyere leading persons that's not a good idea with robots? What do you think about that?
I think there is a fear about the robots. It's normal, because the Gruyere is a big export product, and we need to export to produce the Gruyere and have the good price that we have. We are very, very lucky about that. If they said we can use robots to produce Gruyere, and the Gruyere, they can't normally sell Gruyere for that, because we use robots. We lost a little tradition side, that there is no manual milking. So they think there is a marketing side that said we sell a lot of Gruyere because we milk by hand. And if we put a robot, it will destroy this side, this handmade side that we use a lot, like the mountains and the pasture and the grass, the fresh grass. So it will be hard for all the branch, or for the sailors, for the producers. It's a big danger for the interpretation to take the decision. And we have little experiences that says the quality of the Gruyere can fall down too. So we are talking about that yet. So it's second things. For me, there is. To me, there is not really a problem with that. If we work well, we need to respect some rules with the robot. If it's used correctly, for me there is no difference with the normal milk, the handmade milk and the robot's milk.
Important for the future of Gruyere that you're also able to invest in robots.
For the young people, that will be a big decision, I think, because we lost each year dairy farmers. The bigger get bigger, so the people stop to milk, but the other get bigger. But the problem is when the bigger stop, there is no more people to take back because they are too big. And problem that we can have in 10 years, there is nobody that want to milk for Gruyere because you haven't robots. In Switzerland, there is really expensive to do some dry grass, so there is a reason to swap. There is just economic reason, social reason.
You've seen all about cheese making. Now let's pay a visit to la Maison Cailler, where chocolate is being made. Fun fact, is the oldest chocolate manufacturer in Switzerland. And you know, don't tell anyone this, but Switzerland has one of the best chocolates in the world. Come with me as we explore. Tell us about Maison Cailler. When was it established and how far have you come?
So Maison Cailler opened 2010. So next year we will celebrate the 15th anniversary. Very proud to work for the company. Cailler actually is the oldest chocolate brand in Switzerland, still in activity. It was launched 1898. We celebrated 200 years of the Cailler brand 2019, so 5 years ago. About the factory here in front, so we celebrated the 125th anniversary last year. So it's a really old factory, a lot of history. Very proud, as I said, to be part of this history. And so we welcome 400,000 visitors per year. Last year it was the best year ever for the Maison Cailler attraction. We welcome more than 437,000 visitors. They are coming not just for the chocolate factory, but for the Gruyere area. So what I mean by Gruyere area, it's of course the cheese, Gruyere cheese, which is famous in the world. Usually the visitors come in the morning, they visit the production, so the cheese factory, Maison du Gruyère. They go for the lunch in the Gruyere village or to visit the Gruyere castle, a lot of history. And then they come for the dessert here in the chocolate factory. And this is 100% Swiss experience. So what comes to mind when you think of Switzerland? Switzerland, it's mountain, cows, fresh air, cheese, and of course chocolate, and we have it all here in the Gruyere area.
Okay, tell me about your partnership with Nestle.
Yeah, so Nestle is a huge company, and they decided 1929, so almost 100 years ago, to buy the Cailler brand. Cailler, as I said, they have more than 200 years of know-how, strong history, and it's really important for Nestle to keep this relationship with the Cailler chocolate brand.
I have had Swiss chocolate, and it's one of the best I've had. What makes you different from the rest of the world?
So I would say maybe if you saw it, we have really maybe not today because it's very hot, but usually Switzerland it's known as very cold, and actually we don't have a lot of hot days like this. Usually it's very we have fresh temperature, fresh air, and if you go even today, if you go in the mountain, you will really see fresh air, and that's maybe the difference. We have cows here in the area, in the mountain here, 30 kilometers around the factory, and the fresh air and the fresh also grass for the cows. It gives a special milk, and the milk we use for this chocolate, I think that makes the difference from the Cailler and the other chocolate brands.
You are the sales rep for Maison Cailler. How do you describe the business like in terms of income and revenue?
So I will more speak about the sales part regarding the Maison Cailler, so the attraction part. So we, as I said, we welcome 400,000 visitors a year. We had during COVID 2-3 very difficult years, no visitors, half of the visitors. So we are very happy. From 2023 we had Europe, North America, Africa back, and now we hope to have this year also the visitors from the Asian market back. We have a partnership who is Lake Highlight Lake Geneva region with the Chillon Castle, Olympic Museum, the MOB Transportation Company, the CGN, the Steamboat, and the Glacier 3000. And with this partnership, we are traveling in Asian market to really to encourage people to come to visit us in the Geneva Lake region market.
I know there's an automated storytelling with how things are done at Cailler. Can you summarize, give me a summary of how things are done in there?
All the production about the Cailler or Nestle chocolate, everything is done in the factory. 50%, so half of the production is exported under the Nestle brand, and half of the production is for the market here in Switzerland. The question we often receive is what the difference between the Cailler and the Nestle chocolate. So Nestle chocolate is produced with the powder milk, and the Cailler chocolate is produced with the fresh milk from the farmers. So we get the milk from the farmers, 50 farmers, 30 kilometers around the factory here, and we are proud of these local raw materials, which is milk, and all the steps, all the production are done here from the arrival of the cacao beans from we import cacao beans from Ghana, Ivory Coast, and then you can see all the production, all the steps of the production from the arrival of the cacao beans, the raw materials, the production, the shipping, the export, all here in Brock. So regarding the second part of the visit, you will see the raw materials. You will learn more about the raw materials that we use, so the hazelnut, almond, cacao beans, of course, cacao butter, milk. You will learn where are the raw materials coming from, how do we transform these raw materials to produce our chocolate. You will then discover the production. You will see a live production of the Cailler chocolate. There is from one side the handmade live production, and from the other side industrial production line. So you will see the mini branch Cailler and each step of the production, and at the end, of course, you will be able to taste. So unlimited tasting, eat as much as you can.
Swiss milk production represents about $2.3 billion per year, more than 20% of total agricultural production. The dairy industry is thus the most important branch of the Swiss food industry. Now you know all about Swiss agriculture. I didn't know how cheese was made. Now you do know. I have brought you the process in cheese making. And that's it for today's episode. All the way from Switzerland, I am Emma.